Okay, we're recording.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Live Younger Community Monday morning roundtable. And I'm hearing a feedback, Gregory.
Right, we are too.
Maybe we should mute everybody at work.
There, I've muted everyone.
Okay, that's better. That's better. All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our community roundtable Monday morning chat. And this is where we have an opportunity to share and any other patches. This is where we have an opportunity to share our experiences with the X39 and any other of the LifeWave patches. We get to come together as a community and share our enthusiasm, our passion, our love for these products and this company. And Monday mornings, we talk about products mostly, and Thursday morning chats, we talk about the business opportunity. So welcome to anyone who's new. If you have not been in our community roundtable chat before, we send you a warm welcome. And everyone is encouraged to share here. Everyone is welcome, whatever story, big, small. We all love to hear from you. And this also includes questions. If you have questions, we have a lot of wisdom on these calls. We have 30 people on now and probably more coming. All of us, no one of us is the absolute expert on anything. So we are a community of wisdom and love and sharing, and we just love to come together and share our enthusiasm and our stories. So just a little disclaimer that we like to say before we begin any call, and that is that LifeWave products do not treat or prevent or cure any disease condition. So when we share our stories, please share from a point of view of what your symptoms are or were, and then which patches you used, and then what your result was. So I'm going to open it up, and who would like to begin our roundtable chat this morning with a story or a question, a testimonial? All are welcome. So raise your hand. Oh, if you want to speak, you need to unmute yourself. So in the bottom left corner of your screen, you need to push the button there that says mute and unmute. And Kay is right up there, right up front with her hand up. Go ahead, Kay.
I just want to ask a question now that it's getting really, really hot here in Arizona. I'm being asked over and over, what happens to the patches when they travel through the mail and it's 110 degrees outside? And the second part of the question is, how do we travel through airport security and so on with the patches? So if we could cover that whole thing of handling the patches, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, great question. The patches are fine as long as it's, what some people do in the extreme heat, they get a maintenance kit just for safety, but exposure at 110 degrees for 7 days is what is a problem. And so we typically don't have a problem with the heat, and there's no challenge with going through airport security at all. There's no effect on the patches.
So Robin, I'm not sure I understood what you meant by 110 degrees for 7 days.
Well, if the patches are exposed to that kind of heat consistently for 7 days, then it's a problem.
Okay. Could you explain, and I tried to explain to this one person that was ready to send hers right back last week. Could you explain, does heat really activate these patches, or does light, and how does light get into our body? That I'm all confused about that.
It's the infrared heat from our bodies that activates the patches. And so just to keep them in a really healthy environment, you don't want to expose them to extreme heat, like keeping them in the car or putting them in the sunlight for a long period of time. If people have concern, they should call customer service, and they will get taken care of if they feel like the patches have been exposed for a long time.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, great. And no problem at the airport.
Yeah. Kay, that's a great question because a lot of us have those mailboxes at the end of our block, those metal boxes. And in Arizona, you have that in a lot of places. And so, yeah, you don't want to leave them in there for days. Yeah. Great. Thank you. Thank you, Robin. All right. Who's next? Who would like to share a story, a testimonial?
Michelle, I have something very brief to share.
I can't. Oh, Ravel. Yes, please.
Good morning. I'm very
morning.
grateful to be here with this very positive and happy group, and I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Just a couple of things. One is my dog's inflammation has reduced significantly again. What I've done in part, in addition to a couple of other things, is I've triple stacked patches on her neck. First X39, then Eon, then glutathione. And I'm very happy with the results. And the other point is that, and I had posted this as well, a shaman had shared with me very happily on a voicemail that his coughing and wheezing, and he did mention the condition, but I won't say that here, obviously, as you mentioned, Michelle, has used the word significantly diminished after 4 hours of using the X39 stem cell patch. So that's what I have to share this morning.
Awesome. So with this person with coughing and wheezing, did he put the patch in the typical place or did he put it on his chest?
That's a great question, Michelle. I will ask him that. I don't know
Okay.
because it was just a voice message. I'll find out, let you know.
Wonderful. And I have a question about your dog. Did you put the patches on something, on like a collar or on a bandana? How did you get it to stick to the dog?
Oh, that's a great question. Actually, for some reason, it just stays on her fur.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Okay, Kira, thank you, Ravel. Thanks for those shares. I'm sorry, Kira, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, I was just going to add to Ravel's comment about pets, because I've used the patches, I've used an X39 on a very old, an old dog that did have it on, had put it on the collar. And within several days, she visibly improved in many, many ways, and in eyesight and energy, and she was something like 12 and pretty lethargic before that. So I did want to just share with it. Yes, it works very well just by putting it on a collar. I've also heard that some people put it in the animal's bedding if the animal stays in one particular bed all the time.
I've heard
So
that too.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Kira, thank you. Who's next this morning to bring your joy and your question and your excitement for the patches? Who would like to share? I have a quick one. I just want to share while someone's thinking. I'm not going to say this person's name because I don't have permission, but I was on a call yesterday, a 3-way call with someone in my downline who was bringing someone in that's relatively new. This woman's in her late 50s, and she had been suffering from hot flashes like multiple times a day. She said multiple, like almost every hour for years. She tried the X39, and literally within a couple of days, she said the hot flashes, this is X39 and we hear about SP6, but this was X39. And within a matter of a few days, the hot flashes went from multiple times a day down to like only 2 or 3 times a day. And now after she's been on for a month, she says they're rare event. So for you women out there, yay, awesome. Who's next? Who would like to share?
Hey, Michelle, I'll share. Tim.
Oh, hi, Tim. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, on the dog note, Riley, our dog, is 17 and had really begun to slow down. And granted, he does do some sleeping, but he goes for a couple of walks a day, and he's, spunky, and he eats well, and everything's moving through him. So he's doing well. The other guy is younger, and I don't know. he's a wild dog. But Helen and I also went on our first bike ride the other day for 8 miles, and we don't have an electric assist, Gregory. So
Oh,
it
darn.
was all pedal. And anyway, we also did like, what, 4 hours, I think. Yeah, 4 hours on the kayaks the next day. And we came out of that unscathed. We didn't have any pain at all. So yay, Patches.
Yay, Patches.
When we go out, we have to come uphill all the way back home when we go downtown. So you're always going, okay, get in the right mindset. So that was good too. You know, we were able to get that mindset of, all right, ready, set, go, uphill.
Awesome.
So we intend on doing a lot more, you know, exercise this year than we did the year before. Every year we'll do better and better. And I have been lifting weights, and I went from 3, you know, to 4, and doing quite a few reps, and I'm getting stronger. I'm almost ready to go to 5. So yay.
Congratulations, Helen.
Thank you.
It feels so good to be more and more active
And stronger, right?
and stronger as we age.
Yeah.
Feels so good.
Hmm.
Who's next?
Well, I'll give a short testimonial somewhat along the line of Tim and Helen. I went downhill skiing yesterday, on Saturday, a family ski trip. And those of you that are on Saturday morning call know a little bit about it. And apologies for that, but I'm pain-free, and thank God, Anne Marie, I didn't have to create a testimonial. I'm, still using the same patches, but, first time downhill skiing this year. Okay. And really, and because I had my little cancer seminar last year, I didn't do any last year. First time downhill skiing in 2 years. And I skied pretty hard, and I didn't fall once, and I'm pain-free.
Awesome, Gregory. Was nice conditions?
Huh?
Was it nice
Great
conditions?
skiing. It was really crusty in the morning,
Yeah.
and it was pretty slushy in the afternoon, but the sun was shining. You could have peeled off all your clothes. In fact, there were some ladies up there that didn't have much on. They were wearing bikinis.
Oh my gosh.
At least the tops. It was really
That sounds like so much fun. Oh,
beautiful. Yeah.
Good for you. Thanks, Gregory.
Thank you.
I see a hand up, Karen. Karen, go ahead. Unmute yourself. And
Okay. Hi. So I wanted to just say that I was on the X39 for about 6 weeks, and now I'm doing the Alveda. And I suffered from adult cystic acne for many, many years. But with the Alveda, I've noticed that cysts that were under the skin have disappeared in the month that I've been using the Alveda. And I would go through painful, go to the dermatologist, they'd put a needle in and pull the cyst out, and they are just disappearing. They've been there for 20 years because I just stopped having it done.
woo!
So I just wanted to share that.
Yay.
Yay! Thank you, Karen. That's so awesome. Oh my gosh. What did we say, Gregory? I don't know who it was. Was it John Ward that said, there's Ripley's Believe It or Not, and now we have LifeWave Believe It or Not. Like we have all these stories. It's like cystic acne as an adult, gone, and hot flashes, gone. All right, Sarah, I see you have a hand up.
Yes, I have a customer who's been on the X39 for a week. He's 70, and he's had a lot of problems with his skin, and he says that the skin, that tons of cells have just dropped off his skin, and but he can see new skin forming underneath, so he's very, very happy about it. The only thing is, he says everything's improved except his sleep. So my question is, would anyone suggest that he start the sleep patch? I mean, what is it? Silent Night as well? Because I sort of recommended that he just be on the X39 for a while first.
I have one question before, I'm sure Robin might have something to say about that. She's good on the sleep. I have one question. When does he use the X39? During the day or at night?
During the day
Okay.
for 12 hours, yes.
Because some people use it at night for a while and then they find that it gives them too much energy.
Oh yeah. Well, he's a Swami and he gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning. He goes to bed at 9 and he gets up at 3. So I'm not sure what that would do to his schedule, but I could suggest it.
Robin,
Thank
do
you.
say anything or anyone else say anything about sleep? Robin has addressed this many times. That's why I'm turning it to her.
Yes, what I like to do when people say they have sleep challenges is ask questions. And so I like to find out what's causing the sleep challenge. And I do recommend you listen to David Schmidt's sleep webinar that he did. That was really good, because I'm not going to get in all that detail, but some people can't sleep because they have a busy mind. Some people can't sleep because they have too much exposure to blue light from devices or TV. Some people can't sleep because they're in pain, and there's different patches for different reasons. And so if someone has a busy mind, David recommends taurine, which you can buy at the health food store. For some people, they just need more melatonin, so the Silent Night is great. Other people are stressed, and so they wear the Eon at night, and that helps them sleep. So it really depends what is behind the sleep challenge before making a recommendation. But I think if you listen to David Schmidt's webinar, it's in our nittygritty101.com website, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's also, I think, in the Facebook group. So that'll give you all the information I think that will make a difference. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And Robin,
Robin, awesome. We always need to revisit the sleep thing, I think, because that's just kind of millions and millions of people have issues with sleep. So thanks, Sarah, for your question. Thank you, Robin. We've got quite a few hands up. Let me see how we're doing. We have, I don't know, sometimes we go to the bottom of the hour and I guess we'll just kind of play it by ear with Robin and Gregory. But I think the next person is, I can't see a name. Let's see. On my screen, you're at the top next to Sarah, but I don't know. You're a blonde woman, but I don't see a name. So
With
go
the
ahead, unmute. Okay,
That'd be Diane.
Diane, that's you. Go ahead, Diane.
Okay. I really enjoy these calls. I am so glad that you guys do them. I just started like March the 15th, and I had been on the X39 patches for 2 or 3 days, and I'm in pretty good shape and good health. And so I'm going, this is really great. I really enjoy these and I'm sleeping better. Well, on the 3rd day that I was on them, I went to a friend's house because I do interior design, and I jumped up on a chair to hang a curtain in the corner of her room, and I lost my balance. And I fell off the chair, busted both my knees on the buffet, crammed my toes against the baseboard, and hit my chin on the buffet. I'm 71 years old. I hopped up like I was 12. I had been on the patches for like 2 or 3 days. And then I went and worked in a warehouse on a concrete floor for 3 hours. And I had nothing. And that night I took the patch off and I thought I had died. And I'd used the Alavita at night. So I put one of those on and that helped me sleep. And I got up the next morning and felt like I'd been in a train wreck. I put the patch on, and within 30 minutes, I have not had a pain since. I did have no bruising, no swelling, no anything. I mean, I'm just good as gold. And so I said, thank you, God, for giving me a testimonial, because I would have never known how well they actually do work had I not fallen off the chair.
Oh no, the lengths we go to have a story. Oh my gosh. Is it Diane? Did I get your name? Oh, Diane,
Yes.
what a beautiful share. And I love your energy, your enthusiasm, your joy. Oh my gosh, you're like the poster child. You're a poster child for LifeWave. Welcome.
I just love them. Thank you.
Welcome to our community. We're so happy you're here. Great
Thank you.
story. Great story.
Michelle, before you go on, Ravel posted the link for David's webinar on sleep. So thank you, Ravel,
Thank
In
you,
the chat.
Ravel.
in the chat section.
Thank you. All right, we have one more question, and that's Stacy or a share, and then we'll turn it over to Robin and Gregory for announcements. So Stacy, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I haven't testified in a while, but Saturday, probably like everybody else, sometimes you have a miscommunication with someone that you dearly love, and it really, it bothers you, it hurts you, and you can't rest. So I put a silent night on Saturday night to go to sleep, and I toss and turn for probably 3 to 4 hours. And I'm like, okay. So I got up and put an Eon on my belly, underneath my belly button, and I went right to sleep. So I just want to I really love the Eon. I love all the patches, but there's just certain times you just like, you think about it, you pray about it, like what patch would work. And it's amazing that is exactly one that works. So, and then I got to talk with the person yesterday, made everything right and everything's good.
Aw.
So I'm back on a peaceful journey here.
Thank you, Stacy.
You're
You know,
welcome.
that's really good that you shared. I thank you so much. It's a tender moment because the patches work not just on the physical, but we all know this creates a sense of well-being. And when that's off, you know, we can get help. So I love the Eon too for that purpose. So beautiful share. Thank you, Stacy. Robin and Gregory, we're about 22 after. Do you want to take over for
Sure. Yeah, I'll make a few announcements. Of course, we're having our Monday evening webinar, community call, and we have a few success stories that we're going to be sharing. Expecting there might be a couple announcements from corporate that if we're clear on them, we'll be sharing them with you also. So, so just join us. Let's see, I guess in about 10 hours from now, 9.5 hours at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. We'll be live and back with you.
Thank you, Gregory.
Mhm.
Well, everyone, you make this community. Without you all being here, we wouldn't have a call. And we have 50 people on this morning. Welcome to everyone. If you didn't have a chance to share and you do want to share next time, just raise your hand early on in the call. And we love to hear from you. So welcome, everyone. Thank you for being a part of our community. We love our community. We have these beautiful heart-centered leaders, Robin and Gregory Mascari, whom we love. And there's just so much joy here. What a great way to start the week. So everybody, have a happy Monday. Keep on patching.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you later. And they may not be able to